With a shovel in hand, she roams the universe, exploring every land, no map, no reverse. Oh, Digger 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck. Riding waves of stars through the cosmic sea, finding who we are in the galaxy. She's got questions to ask and a fire that won't die, unraveling each task under the sky. Oh, Digger 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck. Riding waves of stars through the cosmic sea, finding who we are in the galaxy. She's got questions to ask and a fire that won't die, unraveling each task under the sky. Oh, Digger 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck.
Because, you know.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? It is Monday evening, well, afternoon for me. It's only 4 o'clock here, although it's dark enough to feel like it's nighttime. Mr. Q is saying it's 11 degrees and snowing like a motherfucker where he's at. It's so mild. It does not feel like winter. It's kind of like fall. It just keeps stretching. It's getting a little bit colder, but you know, considering Christmas is less than a couple weeks away, there should be a lot more snow. There should be some snow somewhere on the ground. So I am sorry, Mr. Q. I would love to take some of your snow off your hands. That would be lovely. I'd love to have snow again snow for Christmas again, like we used to. Anyways, I've got a guest already here. So hello, Kaiser. How you doing?
I'm tired as hell.
Aw.
I went on a midnight writing binge last night, and I don't think I got to bed till almost 4 o'clock this morning.
Oh, goodness.
But I managed to somehow knock out like 12,000 words in one night. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just do this. The muse was talking.
Exactly. When it hits you, it hits you. And you don't want to try and tamp it down at all. So I know about your writing, but you want to tell some people what you're doing for the holiday season?
Yeah, so I got a wild hair, and I rarely am kind of one of those people who like gets in the real Christmas spirit, you know. It's not that I have anything against it, and I love Christmas and all that. It's just I kind of been a little disillusioned over the years, but something about the last year and a half, whatever, and then of course this year I came into the season and I was just like, man, I'm feeling like fucking festive. I'm feeling it. So I was like
the Avatar.
Yeah, I went ahead and threw that up there. I just said, you know what? I want to go ahead. I want to do something fun. I want to write something Christmassy because I've never done that before. And I said, oh, what the hell? I'm going to go ahead and try it. And then I said, I'm going to up the ante. I'm going to make it even more fun and interesting. I opened it up to some folks at the Discord server for my writers group that I'm a part of. And I kind of just threw out this prompt idea and this special event. So basically the kind of concept is, the best way to put it, I guess, is saying, everybody kind of has that aversion to like the classic like Hallmark Christmas movie, the Hallmark romance Christmas movie, the really sappy like romantic comedy, whatever. And I said, what the hell? What if Kaiser wrote the kind of like Hallmark Christmas movie that he would like to do. And I kind of got a little bit interested in the idea, and I said, "What the hell? I'm going to go ahead and like up the ante even further, and I'm going to actually try another genre that I've never tried before." So that's one
Yeah.
thing I kind of just do like over and over. I always try and like pick a different genre every time and just kind of say, "Let's see if I could throw a dart at the wall and see what sticks."
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've finished The Executives Familiar. That was my first attempt at an actual like romance novel. That actually seems to have gone really well. I've got the second draft completed. I'm starting to look for a publisher. I want to get that started looking in that
Right.
direction. And then I started with this idea and I said, okay, I'm going to up, like I said, I'm going to up the ante again. And I'm just going to do a more that like holiday Christmas romance, but I'm going to also up it to being like, a harem style. Like, what the hell? I've never done that before.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to throw shifters into the mix and, just say, let's do that even just make it even more off the wall crazy. And then as I've kind of gone through the genesis of this project and outlining it and setting it down, and I'm like sitting here going, this actually sounds fun. And I started writing it and I'm just going through and I'm loving every minute of it. It's just so much fun. The characters are great. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's that perfect blend of my, like, just what I would like out of something like that. And it's comfort food for me.
Yeah.
But
I'm enjoying it already.
yeah,
I
you've
got
only
a
got the
little,
first 2 chapters, and I've already just
yeah.
finished chapter 8 today.
And I'm really loving it. I didn't get to read the second set. I ended up doing something I never do. I actually sat on the couch without headphones and watched a movie, just me and the girls. And it was really nice to just sit there with the cats in their space for a change. But yeah, I need to read the next excerpt that you sent me, but I love it. I love the idea of it being like a like a sappy sort of a holiday Hallmark movie sort of a feel to it. But then you've got it's a town full of shifters or
Yeah.
shifters and humans. And then you've got this harem style, which I assume is he's just going to have like lady in every, in every type of.
Yeah, like, I've got plans for 5 in, but, I'm
Dip
flexible,
into.
just like one of the characters. Mhm. But
So
yeah,
you,
I
yeah,
wanted to kind of juggle those different personality types and just kind of make them work. But
yeah.
I keep
I'm
throwing little
interested.
things. Yeah, I keep throwing little things in there that just kind of up the stakes every single time. And it's just been a lot of fun to write. But yeah, I've right now in the story so far, I'm not giving out too much, but I mean, we've introduced, a few of the prime characters. We've definitely introduced a couple of the romantic leads, primarily, Kayla and Dakota. And
Mhm.
then Grace has been introduced somewhat, but kind of still, in the periphery for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be fun. And I mean, hey, I would love it's one of those things like I would love to hear like you describe it to the audience instead of me. It's kind of fun in that like I'm wondering how like just how that sounds from the from me being in the audience in that case.
Well, I like it. I like it because it's very on the nose and in your face with the super sappy. Like it's gonna be a they're making me feel good and I don't wanna, but I'm feeling good anyway, sort of a feel to it. But the characters already you've got me. I already know enough of a backstory that I want to know why Kayla's the one that's working in a coffee shop. Why is she working in a coffee shop? I don't care that the grandparents died. Why didn't he come back and visit? And because there's this whole backstory from where I started.
And she's only in
Um,
chapter 1, y'all.
chapter 1 starts you, and it's like it drops you smack dab in the middle of a story that's already going on. And then we're already off and doing this whole new adventure because he goes to a town that he used to visit in the summertime with his brother and sister used to go see the grand folks in this town. And so he's going back there to unwind because his older brother's dead. Well, so suddenly I want to know, well, how did the brother die? And why did the brother die? And what's going on with that? And now we're in the town, and he's met someone who happens to yeah, either way, it's a really interesting. I enjoy I enjoy I don't want to give out
I'm
too much
enjoying listening
personal
to you.
information.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying
Dakota's
listening to
great.
this.
There's Dakota is great as a character as well, and she's going to be because we're talking shifters, so I'm
Yep.
assuming she's going to be probably more like, well, I was assuming more of a fox or wolf sort of thing, which
Mhm.
proved out. And then Kayla, I can't wait to see how many other shifter types you're going to have and how well they work together, and where the, like there's going to be some natural creatures that don't necessarily get along the greatest. So there's going to be
Right.
some natural rivalry, I guess. And I can't wait to see how they all do that in this tiny little town that's supposed to be nice and picturesque. But there's like multiple different lines the story can go down that I'm already invested in. And like you said, I've only read the first chapter, and I'm already, like, wait a minute. No, I need to know about these characters.
I cannot wait for you to get into chapter 3, because chapter 3 introduces probably one of my favorite characters that I've had to write so far. And I don't want to give away like too much, but I definitely want to give away, like, you're gonna love Mama Luca.
Okay.
She is very Italian, but she has a very personal connection to Jack's past. And not only that, she has a connection to Jack's entire bloodline that is whenever that starts to kind of figure out, you'll get the taste of it in chapter 2, like, wait a minute, what is going on? Something is not right with Jack.
Yeah.
And then it starts to coalesce in chapter 3, and you're gonna be like, oh, wait, what?
Okay.
And then I tell you, chapter 4 is gonna blow your socks off, and it's gonna be like, wait, where did this come from? But at the same time, it makes sense, and it's gonna be like, oh.
Yeah. And I really like that you're attempting I guess like the harem style you were calling it. You're gonna have multiple different characters that should, normally they'd end up being cookie cutter because they're all there, but none of them are particularly special. So they're all kind of, but I already can tell there's the major differences. There's some major differences in the first two, and I like the way you write other characters that I've read. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what other types of women are going to be thrown in the mix, because
yes.
Yeah, you're entertaining. You do good characters.
I love doing characters, and I love doing dialogue. It's just so much fun. And then just making those characters kind of bounce off each other.
Yeah. See how
Jack
they work.
Jack is kind of starts out a little bit everyman, kind of from that perspective. But as you get more into his story, you realize how much more of a kind of dark and tortured past that he has. Like, he kind of, and he's at odds with his dad. There's a lot of things that are kind of hinted at in chapter 1, but it gets more and more obvious as things go along that things are not as perfect as they seem. And the one shining thing in his life was his big brother.
Yeah.
And his
he's
big
already
brother
gone.
died tragically. And there's some things about his death that really, really ring hard with Jack. And the beginning of chapter 8 is kind of a little start to the peak behind that little curtain there. But he's going to Timber Falls to try and get away from to try and kind of reconnect with his past. He wants to get back to his roots and think of the happier times. And it's just, as you get into the and you start adding the characters in, like the different, love interests and whatnot. And I mean, Kayla is definitely the big standout, like right off the get. I mean,
Yeah.
she's just, very kind and soothing, and she's just got this presence about her.
Well, and they
But
had a
then
past.
and they have a past together. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
real catalyst that starts the ball rolling is the
Yeah.
past that they have.
Yeah.
And then yeah, you start throwing in the other characters, and I haven't gotten to Mia yet as a character, but Mia and
Mhm.
Dakota are going to have just the most fun little rivalry.
Okay.
And yeah,
All
I
right.
can't wait to introduce Bunny and more of Grace, and then I have to bring in just there's a handful of other characters. I just finally got Rick and Earl into the picture. They're
Okay.
they're actually within like kind of more like just background characters, but they're very important going forward.
Okay.
And we haven't even got to the primary antagonist yet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting. Like I said, you're very good at sucking me right in with your characters. I am already, invested in seeing what, what's going to happen. He's already got a date with Dakota for dinner, his first few minutes into town, but then he goes and runs into Kayla, and it's like, well, oh shit, now I want to see how this goes.
How's this
That's
going to
gonna
play out?
Yeah, we've already got a little bit of conflict starting out, and he's only been in town for like 5 minutes. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
that whole thing culminates a very interesting way, and I can't wait for you to read it.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome.
Like,
Well,
yeah.
Mr. Q is saying great sales pitch, pineapple guy. Sounds good.
Yeah. Whenever you
So,
finish a chapter, just send me a message. I'll shoot you the next link.
okay, perfect. I can do that. It's like
Like I said, I
evening.
finished. Yeah, I finished up through chapter 8, and I'm starting on chapter 9. So
Okay,
I'm trying to
perfect.
do one chapter per day all the way through December.
Okay, I was going to say, how many chapters are you thinking for this sort of a book? So,
I'm not really. I'm more of a. I'm going to go ahead and tell the story I want to, and there's going to be times where I'm going to want little sections to breathe.
okay.
So, I mean, chapters 1 through 8, or actually 1 through 7, are
Yeah.
really only in that first day, like when he arrives in town.
Okay.
And then chapter 8 deals with, starts the next day, and then we'll start to skip a little bit more going forward, but setting the stage was really
Okay.
important, and I wanted to make sure he had time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Texan spy historian. How you doing? Swinging through for the like and comment. Thank you to please the algorithm. There it is. My mouse is doing things.
gods.
Mr. Q, I got that. Hello, Sam Gloves. Good to see you. Squabby, yes, so far so good. The thing that I need to fix the problem came in the mail. So I'm gonna talk with our friend Brian either tonight or tomorrow, and he's gonna talk me through putting it in, installing it, and then I should be good to go. I cannot afford RAM. I just can't. It's
cannot
really
believe the RAM
expensive, and I've got
situation.
no
Oh my
money.
God. I
Yeah.
cannot believe what is going on. Okay, like not that long ago, less than a year ago, you could get 64 gigs of RAM for like maybe 150 bucks.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you're talking about almost like over $1,000 for half of that. I'm like, are you people insane?
We found the
Utterly ridiculous.
specific type that I need, because apparently my PC, I don't know, it's old school in some respects, so my RAM has to be special. So we found it, but it's only going to be like $200, $250, something like that. But it's
Jesus.
money I don't have, so
Yeah.
it kind of that says that kind of solved that one. But the piece, the really truly necessary piece, the one to stop my PC from getting just booted off the internet, even though it's the
Yeah.
only thing hardwired.
Right.
Yeah, I've got this thing, and hopefully this will do it. So Brian's gonna walk me through installing it.
Here's
And
hoping.
yeah, yeah,
I keep hearing that they're blaming the crypto bros for the RAM crisis, the same way they were blamed for the GPU crisis. And I'm just sitting here at what point do you guys just, fucking admit that you're not producing enough supply for the demand and you're just trying to shift the blame so you can
yeah.
jack the prices.
So you can
It's
up the price.
bullshit. It's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, I had a friend, or I have a friend who works in the financial end of things, and they were saying a while back something about Nvidia, and I thought, it would be nice if I had extra money that I could throw a little bit at something like that, because you know what, I bet they're right, and they were in chat like a few weeks back going, oh yeah, I was so right. Oh, anyone who threw money on Nvidia, you guys are you're awesome right now. Is so thrilled. And I'm thinking, if only I had that extra bit of money, that would have been my RAM right there.
If only I had stock trading tips from Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Oops, was I supposed to say that out loud? Hello, Mr. Clinton.
Well, that's the thing. She's not coming in anymore, right? So
Well, yeah, but I mean,
we're gonna
still,
have to find someone else's trades to follow.
yeah, well, still, she's got enough connections in DC. If you think that she's shutting down,
That's
nah.
true.
As long as that greasy old hag is fucking alive, she's gonna keep bringing in more money until her dusty tits fall off.
Yes, yes. You're very
I'm sorry,
you're
am I
very
a little
right.
salty? Like I said, running on 2 hours of sleep here.
No worries. Yeah, I see you guys noticing that. Speaking of which, glad I bought some WB stock. Hope Paramount buys it.
Netflix bought 'em.
And then you said Netflix bought it, and that's what I had heard. Netflix bought it. Mr. Q is saying it hasn't gone through yet. I know that there was some sort of legal issues that Paramount is trying to.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Netflix is buying them.
Because that's like
Paramount.
That's huge. That Paramount.
Okay, let me jump here.
Yeah.
Paramount does not have a fucking dime to their name. Paramount is dead. They are being bought out by Skydance. Skydance doesn't even want Paramount's like movie division. They want their TV division. That's all that they want. So Skydance is being bought, so Skydance is buying Paramount. Paramount has no money to spare whatsoever. Warner Brothers is bankrupt. Warner Brothers is being bought out by Netflix. They're trying to claim some stuff so that way they can get, the leftoids are actually begging the Orange Man to intervene so that way that Netflix can't buy Warner Brothers, so that way Warner Brothers' entire catalog cannot be pushed onto Netflix streaming, which is going to supposedly save theaters. Look, I'm sorry to have to burst y'all's bubble.
I don't know if it's gonna
this
save
has
theaters.
been happening. We've been sounding the alarm bell for this for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
And, Hollywood has just done exactly the opposite of every good business decision possible and just decided they're going to double down on failure and just keep making slop. So, guess what happens? You keep making shit, people don't buy it, and then, well, the theaters dry up. The theaters are going away. It's just taken this long for the situation to catch up. And I'm sorry to say that because I'm gonna basically anytime there's a like theater event coming through, in the next couple of years, I'm gonna be going to check all of them out as much as I can because there's gonna be a time in the not too distant future when theaters are gone. If they exist at all, they're going to be so niche, it's not even funny. So
yeah, I only ever go to when I go to a theater or a movie nowadays, it has to be action. There has to be a reason for my going, leaving the comfort of my own home, and paying an arm and a leg to go and watch a thing. It's only because the screen and the sound, so it's going to be an action movie. But yeah, otherwise I don't go to movies anyways. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I've been to 2 movies in the last 2 years. Both of them were very limited, like 1-2 day releases of anime movies that were being restored like to 4K. I got to go see Satoshi Kon's Perfect Blue and I got to see just recently, a couple weeks ago, Angel's Egg by Mamoru Oshii,
Yeah.
which both of those are just absolutely gorgeous movies, and
Yeah.
they're extremely well done. But I will tell you, I mean, it's niche. I know that it's niche, but it's okay because I mean, it's just I'm in it more for the artwork or the
Yeah.
art
Well,
forms,
that's why that's why the larger screen and everything is a nicer viewing place.
right?
Yeah. Let's see here. Hello. Oh, where did it go? Hello, Buck. How you doing? Saying
Buck.
Wokeflix made a successful bid and Warner Boogers accepted. Now due diligence phase begins in earnest, and I can't wait to know what they find. Yeah, I am. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting how it all shakes out. I'm afraid woke flicks, as you call them, next Netflix is just the biggest propaganda machine I've seen in, obviously propagandized machine I've seen in a long time. And the fact that they're buying Warner Brothers, they're kind of usurping a lot of what was old school Hollywood, old school TV and film.
Well, I mean,
So,
old school TV and film, all the old studios, I mean, have gone by the wayside and have been dying out for a long time
yeah.
because they can't keep up with the market and they can't produce anything that people want to go see.
Well, I'm talking about like the backlogs,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the old stuff.
Backlots.
But
Yeah.
it's interesting. Netflix seems to be, if they don't take in something whole like Warner Brothers, they've kind of absorbed other companies that have absorbed other things. So they're going to be the ones in control of the, like, what do you call it? The safe with all the goods, all the
Uh-huh.
classics, all the, so they're going to be able to do whatever they want, to change whatever they want. And all of these,
Yeah.
like, we're talking from like old Hollywood, the beginnings of Hollywood, all the way
Yep.
through. They've got their clutches on the bulk of it. So
Yeah.
they're really going to be
And
able to adjust history as they wish.
not to mention the fact that Netflix does not do physical media sales. So
Yeah.
you will
Yeah.
never
You
so
have to
anything that
pay
used
monthly.
yeah. Anything that actually used to be probably is under like Warner Brothers or something they bought, you're
Yeah.
not finding that on physical media ever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to have to yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to have to
DVDs.
just tell you, but if you want to actually own something and not actually have to watch it on, Netflix or something, I can't tell you what to do, but yar har fiddle dee dee, you're just gonna
Yeah.
have to a pirate's
Start
life for me.
Yeah, start
But anyway,
well, I was gonna say start looking at the garage sales. Start
yeah,
picking them up whenever you see a garage sale. Look at the DVDs.
right.
Just check it out.
I actually was just the other day, I was going through, we went to Goodwill, and I found a DVD copy of A Muppet Christmas Carol, which I
Oh,
love the movie, and it is on streaming and everything. But here's the funny part about it is that I found the original like 2000s release that had the or basically the 89-minute cut instead of the 85-minute cut. There's like a song that they cut out,
okay.
and I'm like, I don't know why. I think that's kind of funny. But
Just having
anyway,
the extra.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
one of the
split for a
things
little
that
bit. I gotta put the kiddo to bed. I
sure.
if you guys are still going, whatever I get done with him, I'll jump back on because
Sure.
I got to talk about the chicken tax.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, review for later. Peace.
See you later, guys. I think I could hear the child in the background. It's time for bed. Let's see if I missed anything. Nobody wants $15 Coke and $22 popcorn, right? And that's after you're paying like $30, almost $40 for a ticket. It's ridiculous when you can sit at home and watch it from like I said last night. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining or anything, because I love every minute of it, and that's why I do it. But I spend the bulk of every day with these headphones on, and with these headphones on, I can only go so far as the cord goes. So I spend most of every day and a lot of most nights either sitting in this chair, standing behind where I'm sitting right now, walking in place doing my Wii Fit stuff, or I've pulled the rocking chair over so I can sit in it while I'm doing it. So last night, when I tell you how nice it was, I had a late evening shower, which I don't usually do. My hair is wet. I don't like going to bed with wet hair, but it was a 2-hour movie. I decided to sit down and watch John Wick 2 because I just rewatched John Wick. So I thought, why the hell not? And it's like a 2-hour movie. So I got out of the shower. I made myself some popcorn, and I actually was able to sit on the couch in that green spot there right behind me. So comfortable. It's a great couch. It's a lovely couch. I really enjoy sitting and or laying on that couch, but the cord does not allow it. So it was so nice to be, freshly showered, fresh popcorn, coffee in my cup right there, and the girls on either side of me just, Boo didn't know what to do because I was so close to her in her she's in her little cat condo thing. But I could actually reach up and just pet her, and she didn't know what to do with herself. It was so awesome. This year for Classic Car Night, they played Jaws. It was sweet. Oh, awesome. Okay. I've got someone in the background here. Let me see if I can clicky. There we go. Hello, Max. How you doing?
How are
How's
you?
it going?
Oh, good.
Good.
Okay, good.
We're just talking about the Netflix right now. Mr. Q saying Netflix is going to get local TV rights, and then they're just going to start charging you $60 to $70 a month. So you'll have local cable service through your internet. Well, and that's basically what it is. It's the cable networks have just become streaming services owned by different people with different names. But that's basically, they've just shook out. Cable is no more, and everyone's got a streaming service.
Mhm.
But it's interesting just how much of the history of cinema Netflix itself owns or is about to own. They just keep sucking it up.
Am I echoing or anything? Because
Nope.
okay,
Yeah, no, you're good. So how are you doing? How are things over in Japan?
we're pretty good. It's
Yeah.
like about, I don't know. Today is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cool enough. Feels
Okay.
colder though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very nice over here. It's very mild. I'm in the interior of BC. There should be at least 1.5 feet of snow on the ground, and there's none. It's very, very mild. I went out Friday night in nothing but a hoodie. No problem. So yeah, it's very mild again.
And I finished my coffee. Yeah. Oh, God,
Oh.
there's more.
I know. I'm eking out. I had to make a fresh pot. So I'm eking out the last of my cat pee coffee. It was made this morning.
These things, when I grew up, there was just a kind of a gasket,
Mhm.
and it's pretty easy to clean. Nowadays, these things, people use flasks for water, sports
Yeah.
drink, and everything. They have a lot of parts, and a
Yes,
lot of
they
people
do.
a lot of people don't clean them. I take them apart, clean
Yeah.
them, inspect them, because
Yeah.
if you don't, you got black mold growing in there.
Right. Well, I feel really bad because I know and I keep mine clean, but you can see on mine there's like
Yeah.
there's black. That's because I'm actually drinking through a charcoal it's a charcoal filter. So
Uh-huh.
I know that it's charcoal, but I also know that from a distance it could look, folks have mentioned before that it looks pretty gross and gingy. But yeah, you have to take it all apart and clean all the little bits. You
Yeah,
can't
if you have a straw
can't leave
function,
it.
you got to get one of those little brushes and
Yeah.
take.
I've got from a buddy once he was moving out and his baby wasn't using bottles anymore. So I ended up getting some of the baby bottle cleaners. So it's just pipe cleaners on metal wire that get in all the little places. It's really nice. But you
So I
have to
really
remember to
hate
do
this.
that.
This is a Thermos brand, but I really
Okay.
made in
It's
China.
not
But
doing it.
I really hate these designs because
Yeah. I love my Brita water bottle, with the filter inside. I know it's not like purifying and making it any less or any more sanitary. It's just making the flavor better, but I love it. I really can't stand the taste of the tap water out here. It's
Hey,
just
you know what happened last week?
Hmm?
Your former Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, was here with
Oh yeah, he was
Katy
with Katy
Perry
Perry.
and
Yes.
met with the former Prime Minister, Kishida. And there was a photo, and
Okay.
I thought, oh, that's weird. I don't like Kishida.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of people saying that she's just his newest beard, and I fully
Yeah.
believe it. Yeah, he's when you see him interact with other males, especially other males that he knows he's friendly with, and then you
Yeah.
see him interact with other females that he knows and is friendly with, the difference is astounding. That man enjoys men. There's
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know why he's still, needing a beard, but what can you do? It's fun for a laugh. And Katy Perry of all people.
Yeah.
Boosh, good to see you. Stream from your phone. They're waterproof these days.
Mm.
I'm not sure what that's about. I thought those were your ears because I wear them so often, right? I know. I feel like they're like surgically welded onto my head some nights.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm always wearing these things now. But yeah, it's what can you do? Mr. Q is saying the same thing is happening with local radio stations. They're disappearing too. Yeah, well, because everyone's got internet going with their car on their phone, right? So they don't need who's going to listen to the local radio stations. So you just look up what you need to know about your local spot on Google, and the phone will do that for you. Disappearing like national average IQ points. Yes, but that's been happening for a while too. We've been making ourselves a lot dumber for a long time now. I know there's stuff that people my age talk about learning in high school that be same age, just being in Canada, we weren't being taught that stuff. It was not being stuff like critical thinking was not being taught to us at that time. So yeah, people have been getting dumber for a while. Will we recognize each other? Will Johnny and I recognize each other in person without the headphones on? I know we've joked about that. We'll have to like sit side by side on that futon that's so famous. But we'll have to wear the headphones anyway, just to make it feel comfortable. Because we normally this is how we speak for like hours a day. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a whole different situation to be able to talk and see people in real life. I'm still hoping to be able to fund myself a trip to America to go and visit some of these folks. Yeah, if I can get to St. Cloud, there's a bunch of people in the surrounding that can then come out and meet me. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting there.
When you travel to when you travel to the U.S., do Canadians have to file electronic system for a travel authorization, ESTA?
Well, I'm not sure about that now. He keeps changing things. It's not so much that he's changing things, but he's enforcing laws that have been on the books but have not been enforced. So honestly, I'm not really sure what I'm going to need. And I'm not overly worried until we actually get the money in the bank.
You don't want to fly, right? You want to?
No, I'm going to train. It's about the same price as flying. And it's nicer. And I don't have to worry. If I'm dying in a train collision, a train crash, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with falling for miles and miles. I can't do that. So, but
what are you going to do? Are you going to do mostly like from BC to Toronto? And then
no, you can't. Amtrak is phenomenal. You can get on and get off at each stop as you desire. Canadian rail travel is not that way anymore. They've taken it down to packages. You can only buy package deals, and it's way overinflated in cost, and I don't get to choose where to get on and off or any of that. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get down to Vancouver, stay with some family, and then hop on in Vancouver, take the train to Seattle, and then just I switched from there, and it'll take me all the way across.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'll have my own little roomette and stuff. So it'll be, it's going to be nice, and it's not like I said, it's not really that much more expensive, unless you're looking at like cheap plane flights. It's not that much more expensive for a round trip, but it is very, very expensive when I'm on disability.
Oh.
And I can only bring in like $50 a month. That's, it takes a while. So Digger just needs to go to Winnipeg and get somebody to pick her up. Again, it's getting to the Winnipeg. I might as well just do the train. Rather than traveling in Canada, traveling by train across America is much more pleasant. But at this point, I've priced out renting a U-Haul and driving U-Haul there, and or renting versus renting a car, right? Just to see what, how the expenses shake out. And at the end of the day, the train is about the same as anything else. And I don't have to worry about meals and stuff during the traveling. I've got my own board, my own bed and shower and meals covered. So yeah, it's the easiest. Yeah. But you do a lot of traveling, Max. Where's your favorite place to go?
No,
You've kind of been everywhere.
I haven't traveled for a while, but like a long time ago, I was doing a restructuring project for the number 2 cosmetics company in Japan. So it was the Japanese government was paying. So I was making regular flights from Narita Airport to Heathrow, but I would work in Newbury, and every 3 weeks I would fly back to Japan. And that was when this is a long time ago. This is when Richard Branson opened Virgin Airlines. And
okay.
I don't know now, but I don't like Airbus. But they had Airbuses, but they had maybe still do have the service. If you were in business class, they would have the 180 sleepers, but they'd also have like an onboard masseuse, in the chair.
Okay.
And they had a bar that was just like the 1970s, right?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And some flights, people would actually it was like a movie. They'd be hanging at the bar and be drinking. But then, of course, if your seat was next to that, it was kind of loud. So you get some irritated people saying, "Can you keep it down?"
Yeah.
But it was and it was weird because with England, I had to travel all over the UK, except Northern Ireland. I wouldn't go there. But that was part of the job because it was a restructuring. So you have rules similar to the US. If you want to restructure downsize an enterprise larger than 100 persons, you have to enter into whether they have a union or not. You have to enter into these talks and consider all other options.
Okay.
And so that physically, then you have a representative that goes and does that. So that was actually interesting because I was logging all this like a memory of like, okay, the price of ale, like it just it gets cheaper as you go up north. I think it was, yeah. And it was fun. Yeah. So I didn't like France. I liked Germany. But I've been down to Vietnam. Was fun. That was work, but it was fun. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was before COVID, and the assignment was I had to check out a Japanese joint venture animal vaccine lab. It sounds really dodgy. This is way before COVID, and it was like 50 kilometers outside of Hanoi, between the port and Haipham. So it was in the industrial park.
Okay.
So I had to find a way to get in there and find out certain things. So that was kind of funny. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But I liked it was interesting, but I liked Saigon better than Hanoi. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never gone anywhere. I've furthest I've been is Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and like Seattle, Portland, Oregon. I've been through Washington State and most of Oregon. But yeah, otherwise I haven't gone anywhere.
Oh, when I was a
So
kid, we would go to Banff and Jasper like fucking bloody Mecca almost every year. You do
yeah,
that circuit in
yeah.
Alberta. That was really nice. Lake Louise, the I forget the name of that chateau or whatever they call it.
Well, yeah, the Lake Louise, the chateau there. I've got family. My grandmother worked there. I've got family all down the generations who have worked there for some length of time. It's really beautiful up there. It is gorgeous. And Lake Louise, it's cold. Like the water's cold, but it is beautiful. It looks that beautiful teal, bluey green. It's so pristine. I
Yeah.
love it up there. Yeah.
Oh, and here's this weird memory. I must have been 10. I got sent on a bus from Edmonton, Alberta down to Red Deer, Alberta.
Okay.
Maybe I can't remember. I went up to anyways. Maybe I was 10 or 11. And maybe I was 12. Anyways, I remember that you could listen to this music, and the one song I remember, and it's just like imprinted in my head, was Eric Clapton's Cocaine. And so I'm looking at it, the sun's going down and it's Alberta, and
Yeah.
you're looking out there, and every time da 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 cocaine.
And it's just
And I didn't even really understand what cocaine was, but
yeah.
thank
But
you, Eric
it's
Clapton. Yeah.
yeah, it's funny. Some of the songs I used to sing to, had no idea what I was singing about. Not the slightest clue. My mom enjoyed Cream and that sort of thing as well. It's a
So
lot of
it's real-
innuendos.
like my kid, when we were growing up, we would have two cars, and I'd drive a lot in Japan, but I played we had tapes, and I had my mixtapes and everything. So he grew up on Talking Heads, everything. And so when he's older, like a couple of years ago when Eric Clapton was in town, like he's a big fan. So is my wife. So they went to see him twice, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But I didn't go with them because
Yeah.
but it was some good stuff there. You know what? I'm gonna swap out another nicotine pouch. I love these
Okay.
things. Graduated to 6 milligrams from 4 because 4.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. So we're
Yeah,
going
good. Yeah.
So what we want. Yes. Mr. Q saying I've been in 21 states and never seen the ocean. Oof. Including Texas, Louisiana, and California. Interesting.
How can you go to Texas, Louisiana, and California
And
without
not
seeing
see
the ocean?
Yeah.
I lived in Redondo Beach, in Southern California.
Ooh, nice.
So that
Yeah.
was and right by though you could hear the ocean. That was good. It was yeah, you should and then I had a friend who had a house up in Monterey, Carmel by the Sea.
Oh, nice.
And so
That's-
that was cool because I have friends who went to the Naval Postgraduate whatever school they have there.
Yeah.
But you also had like the whole thing that John Steinbeck based on like his books, Cannery Row and stuff. It's still not
Okay.
interactive, but
Yeah.
it's
I don't
really
think I ever read any of his stuff actually.
really. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking like, I don't think I ever got there.
there's one other author, and I never appreciated him. Who was he? It was
I'm gonna go check. There we go.
It was
Gonna have to go and check that.
John Irving. You know John Irving, the author?
Yeah.
Okay. So he wrote a prayer for Owen Meany back in 89.
Okay.
and it's a really good book, but it's a little bit surreal. It's about a guy, a protagonist. He grows up in New Hampshire, and and this is where you get the definition of what a WASP is, because I always heard the term WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Right.
But he
Yeah.
adds a further dimension to it. He specifies if you're in New England, I always got Protestant. I just said, well, what is it? Lutheran, Presbyterian. But his definition was no, if you want to be a proper WASP in New England, you're Episcopalian.
Okay. Episcopalian. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay.
the character actually later goes, he becomes, very left wing, and you see the time slip between the time he's growing up, like in the 60s, to it's now 1980s when he's older, and he's teaching at a fictional private girls' school up in Toronto, Canada, called
Okay.
Bishop Strachan's, whatever.
Okay.
He's against Ronald Reagan, and people who are not old won't know this, but at the time, the left really hated Ronald Reagan. They demonized him to the point where people now forget this, but they were saying he was a devil, and everything that Reagan was doing was going to lead us to World War III. And you have the character, he's a transplanted American, and he would read the paper every day.
Okay.
Just, it's like that. It's like a rage bait. It was the analog version of rage bait. And he was
Right.
just like, oh, fuck Reagan, fuck, He himself, an American in Canada.
Yeah.
That was a really good book. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting how the media can get people the amount of Canadians who are violently anti-Trump or fully supporting Trump is amazing. You don't really get any just meh, I could take him or leave him. It's usually really good or really bad, but I'm surprised at just how much Trump figures in to Canadians day to day.
Well, because it's like this. When I go outside of Canada, or I'm in Asia, and you meet expats who are Canadian,
Mhm.
It's weird. Like, not all Canadians, but a good chunk of them, they what's that word? They project, and they try to tell others, oh, I'm Canadian. We're really more like the British Commonwealth stuff, and
Yeah.
I kind of call their shit out, because for that generation, I said, okay, there are those second generation British,
Mhm.
like Mike Myers, but for the most part, you didn't grow up watching Faulty Towers and Doctor Who and everything else British.
Yeah.
I'll shoot out a name, all the American television shows, depending on your generation: Starsky and Hutch, Love Boat, SWAT, even
Yeah.
Good Times, everything else. That's all
Yeah.
American. And
Yeah.
because
were really
remember,
lucky.
95% of the population lives along the U.S. border.
That border. Yeah.
And then in the days before you have terrestrial television, that's the
Yeah.
communication. So you have more commonality with what's right across the border. So if you're in southwestern Ontario, you still get the TV channels from across the lake, Erie,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. A lot.
And
Yeah. I remember we were lucky. My dad made sure we knew all the good old British shows like Faulty Towers and Monty Python and the like. My mom's mom was she was a nurse for England in World War II. She's from Wales. So she married my grandpa, who was Canadian Signal Corps, and came back with him. So I was very lucky. We had very, very British from both sides to get to know that. But you're right. It's very much a lot of people grew up on what was an American TV and didn't realize just how much good TV there is elsewhere.
Yeah. Now, I have a friend, he's like 60, and he used to live here in Japan. his late father was I think he was British, and but his mother was German. They married,
Okay.
and so his first name is Marcus with a K,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny because he had a place in Surrey, but I don't know. When I look up Surrey right now, it's overrun with I don't know what now.
Khalistani gang members.
Okay,
India.
Okay, Tajikistan. Okay,
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but he actually, yeah, he has a lot of that German. Yeah, he had some pretty interesting experiences, like through his mother.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've got Wild is saying, sorry, Digger, the British look at Canada as the UK's trailer park. They even dumped in their French exiles on you. That's okay. We actually ended up a lot better off. As bad as things are in Canada, I can always look over and go, well, it's not as bad as the UK. It could be worse. We could be Australia. So we're all on the same path, but we're doing it slightly different ways. And at the end of the day, so far, I'm still happiest here.
There's an old guy I met when I was in college, and he must be passed away now, but he lived in the interior in the Okanagan.
Yeah,
But I met him in
love it out here.
Vancouver, and the way he explained it to me, first name was Ray. I can't remember his last name. But he said, "Hey Max, Canada is the land of second sons." And I said, "What the fuck does that mean?" And he explained, with the rules for inheritance in the UK, Scotland especially, he said, if you were the second son, you didn't inherit anything.
Yeah.
You're completely incentivized to get the fuck out, make your fortune elsewhere. And he goes, that's why if you look at the immigration, like a lot of Scots, and a lot of them were not the firstborn son.
They were the seconds, coming across because they had nothing better going for them. Let's see what kind of money can be made. And that's my mom's dad and his two brothers. They developed what is known as the Caribou. It's an interior part of BC. And I mean, 100 Mile House they built. And which is up until very recently, they just closed the logging, the mill, there, which really sucks. But that town was like the hub in the Caribou. And my dad's side of the family, they were a part of making the Okanagan what it is. They developed it. The airport, very involved with Kelowna Airport right from the very beginning. So it's interesting. We have a lot more history than I think people realize. Like I used to, growing up, I was really disappointed because we didn't have the UK history. We didn't have, 300-year-old castles and people who could trace their families back to like the Red Hand of Ulster and stuff like that. But I'm learning now the more we talk about separating and independence and all that stuff.
Come join the U.S. Separate. Come to the light side. Freedom.
Yes, there are days when I go, you know what, it would be just so much easier if we did. Like, just the West just goes, you know what, fuck it, we're joining them. It's a better deal. But yeah, it's interesting, the Canada that I'm living in right now. But who knows what's really going to happen? There's people who are putting out videos every day. Ooh, new boundary lines or border lines are being drawn, and these people have announced that they're separating too. And it's a whole lot of and not a whole lot to show for it yet. I like the way Alberta and Saskatchewan are going with their independence, but people tend to forget that Danielle Smith is she's still Conservative Party of Canada. She's still a UN agenda fan. So she's doing some nice stuff and she's making a lot of noise, but she's not really interested in like a proper independent Alberta. which people are starting to realize. So that'll
Well,
be interesting.
that gas pipeline that was supposed to come from the western provinces down to the states, and the other thing for the U.S. at one point they reached energy self-sufficiency, but they also canceled a LNG project that would have taken U.S. LNG to two countries in Asia that use a disproportionate amount of LNG, which they import from other countries. It would have instantly, if South Korea, for example, that's even maybe more than Japan sometimes, they have a trade deficit with the US, that would just switch it. You go, okay, we love you, gooks. We don't have a trade deficit issue. Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting too that Danielle Smith comes back from Ottawa going, oh yeah, we've come up with this pipeline deal and it's great and it's grand. No one actually talked to anyone in BC. So it's supposed to go, everyone's planning on it to go through BC, but no one actually, BC wasn't even invited to the table. So there's this plan now, they're going to run it through BC and la, 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 la. Ottawa's happy, Alberta's happy, and BC's pissed off. But it's interesting because, again, the ones that are pissed off are the ones that run the coast. If you talk to the people, the bands who actually live in the interior and who are living up north, these people would love to have that pipeline going through. It would make such a difference to the hardships that we're having to live in right now. It would just make it so much easier, so much more money flowing in. But we've got our own people who are, sticking their foot in and screwing things up when they're being invited to the table. By not inviting us to that to that meeting, they've basically ruined that agreement anyway. Like, it's null and void anyways. It's all a big show for nothing.
That's something they should consider if they're ever thinking of separating states' rights. This is why someone might be confused. Like, how the hell can British Columbia not have a say? Say, well, you have the Canadian Prime Minister has more relative power than the President of the United States. Relatively speaking, in terms of federal powers and everything. So.
Yeah, it's an interesting place that I'm living in.
Oh, I might have to go. I have one additional request for clarification. Okay, what is it?
Yeah, Mr. Q is saying, watch that market and follow the money. Commercial companies in Canada, in the respective provinces of Saskatchewan and Alberta, have increased in value over the last 6 weeks, and that's not counting the commodities like wheat, barley, beef, cheese, and milk. Yeah, that's just the basics. Oh, how did I do that? There we go. Somehow I highlighted everything. 51, 51, 51. Well, 51 through 56, at least, if you listen to some people. $2 billion in the potash. Well, and just a simple fact, if you look at the companies leaving Canada right now, 7-Eleven sold out, and the parent company, the company that bought 7-Eleven, just shut and locked all the doors and all the 7-Elevens across Canada. There was no going out of business. There was no phasing out. They closed one day and never opened again. Now Amazon warehouses are doing the same thing, closing down Canadian warehouses and moving across the border. We've got Crown Royal, which is a Canadian liquor. Like, that's our booze, but it can no longer afford to make booze in Canada. So we no longer produce it. It's a Canadian liquor that's now being fully 100% produced in America. Has nothing to do with Canada anymore. It's the same with the Hudson Bay Company being sold off. I was glad to see that Canadian Tire was the one that bought it, but we're really not doing good on a large scale. Hello, AP. How you doing?
I have been better. How's it going?
I'm doing better than you. It sounds like it's been rough for you.
Yeah, for 3 months.
Yeah.
I've had a cold for 3 months.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
Gotta love that compromised immune system.
Yeah. Yeah, back when Canada made booze, no more Crown Royal, right? And you're saying, AP, that your mom's family in Ludington?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Ludington is where my mom's side of the family back in the 1800s built that city.
Okay. Yeah. So
Mhm.
you've got, actual history that people don't, they like to kind of just wipe it away, especially like I've noticed here a lot. They want to wipe away the past, and it's all about the multicultural,
Well,
the
that's what
now. And it's,
Marxism and socialism does.
yeah.
Destroy
for-
history so you can make your own bullshit.
Which is why I'm not impressed with Netflix having so much control over so much media from the past.
Yeah.
There,
Well, I don't think that deal is even gonna go through.
yeah. I don't know, honestly. At this point, I think that the globalist agenda is unavoidable. We're there, and it's just about making it as palatable as possible. But unfortunately, we're going to see more and more of the companies leaving Canada until we are what they want us to be, which is the European Union part 2.
Yeah, which is sad.
We
'Cause
just open borders and
Yeah.
expensive, wages through the roof, and yet you can't afford anything. It's
Yeah, and gentrification of homes and cities and all that stuff, so
yeah,
pick out the people that are unwanted so only the super uber wealthy can afford it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've been
So
doing it. That's in my opinion, but that's part of the reason why they just keep letting the provinces burn every summer. There's so much fire prevention that we could be doing all throughout the year to make it that it's not as much of an issue. Like I remember growing up, it didn't used to be the problem it is now. But when it's burning every year, it's a lot easier to get the farther out towns to move in. I mean, we've lost Lytton. Banff is being rebuilt. Lytton started being rebuilt and then it burnt again. It's it's funny, but they're doing everything they can to get us all grouped up together and not surviving on our own.
Okay,
my opinion.
sorry, I had to break and do a quick. I did a report, and I just
No
got a
worries.
message to clarify this. Oh, so yeah,
Yeah.
did Crown Royal get sold or something? Who made it? Seagram's?
It's the same company still owns it, but they can't afford to make it in Canada anymore. So their last factory in Canada closed down, and now it's still a Canadian owned brand, but it's all being made in America.
Okay, because Crown Royal, they were doing it out in near Winnipeg, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
So-
it's down in Kentucky
Yeah.
or
I
someplace out west. I can't really remember. It's Crown Royal is pretty much rye and a little bit of corn.
Corn and
mixture,
barley. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and barley and it's mashed. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things was Alberta especially is known for rye. So if
Mhm.
you're I don't know now, but if you were in rural Alberta, they just assume you're going to drink rye, and the question is, what are you going to drink it with? Mix it with Coke or whatever, and it just that's what you assume. Here's the thing: rye whiskey is kind of because if you're thinking like Pennsylvania, places like that, the soil's better for rye than it is for, say, corn,
Mhm.
and bourbon, and so rye used to be a premium whiskey.
Get to see it right.
But after Prohibition, one of the things was part of this it's kind of like the WHO, but it was kind of the propaganda that the government would say. There was this thing to say rye is what fucking homeless people, degenerates, alcoholics drink. So the image of rye was cheap and no good. But I think people have rediscovered rye, because if you're going to make an old fashioned, use rye instead of a typical bourbon. You're going to get a lot more black pepper notes, and it's peppery, and you get that punch, that
fiery.
bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I think if you're looking at, that's why when Suntory, they acquired Jim Beam for I can't remember, was it 11 billion or whatever in 2017? They also started acquiring some of the Alberta distilleries that make rye. And yeah, I think I forget their names, but they're owned by Suntory, which is Japanese. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been to the Four Roses distillery in Kentucky, and that is some pretty good whiskey, but it was typically only made for Japan at the start, and then they started making it for everywhere else. So
Gotcha. Can we still get rum? Well, it's funny here in BC, we've been on strike. The BC Liquor Union has been on strike for so long now that they're pulling the alcohol, the American alcohol, out of the back and throwing them up on the shelves just so they have anything to sell. So it's pretty interesting. We get what we get, and we're gonna like what we get. And if we don't like it, too bad, because that's all that we get right now.
Wasn't there a similar strike maybe with beer in the 1980s in Ontario? And I think what happened was what it did was suddenly Canadians were getting brands that I knew in America, like you think like Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes.
You know, before that they'd kind of only see Pabst Blue Ribbon and what's that great movie Blue Velvet.
Okay.
And it was you know, it was kind of interesting because it introduced Canadians to like American beer. But that was also probably, I don't know when they changed the rule, but the logic was kind of like the way the Japanese deal with nicotine pouches. When I buy them here, they do not tell you how much nicotine is in the pouches. I know because I look it up.
Right.
You know, that's why I can tell you. But beer for decades in America, they wouldn't. It was you weren't allowed to list the alcohol content, the ABV, because they think it would promote drinking. That was kind of weird. But you were drinking anywhere from 3.5% to 5%.
Right.
And maybe for a long time people were drinking like 3.75, 4%. So I had a friend, and he had a really patriotic name, Lincoln Hill. He went to helicopter school, and every time he came up from New England, every time he came up to Canada, because it's 25%, 30% stronger, you know, he would get wasted a lot easier, and it was kind of funny. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, we used to do that. We'd go up as soon as we were 21. We'd go up and spend the weekend over in the States, and that way we could come back with the American booze and the American cigarettes, super cheap. It was awesome. We've got a couple of extra guests popping in, so let us do. Hello, Johnny. Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
how's it going, Johnny?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
And we've got Brian too. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
They were talking about Roy Rat. When I lived in Alaska quarter century ago now, I worked on a barley farm, and I think most of that was going to Japan and other Asian countries though. I don't know. I honestly didn't know you could have that good of a growing, like a crop out in Alaska. I didn't think there was enough of a growing season. That's kind of
well, it's just grass.
Like 75% of the maybe more. Most
Rats.
75% of the hops used in Japanese beers, like Kirin, Sapporo, Asahi, are from Canada. I think you
Yeah.
grow them out in Saskatchewan or something.
Yeah, Saskatchewan. Yeah, I like
Volcanic
Sapporo.
soil is amazing. So
Yes.
and that's all you get on the western side of North America. Yeah,
And Mr. Q is asking, what does international shipping cost? I don't know about everywhere else, but I know it costs you an arm and a leg and your firstborn to get anything into or out of Canada. It's stupid, the amount of shipping. As soon as you hit that border, it's like ding, taxes. Oh,
I
look at
gotta
that.
go to the
We've
duty
got
You
a
guys
Lord
love
Kaiser came
taxing
back.
each other.
Hey,
We
what's up?
tax the hell out of each other every single step out of the way. That's one of the great things about the independence that movement that's going on right now, is the fact that we're actually working better with each other. We've cut all the red tape when it comes to helping each other out and trading amongst ourselves. It's huge the difference it's gonna make on our ability to trade with each other. It's yeah.
Well, it's absolutely moronic to charge on your next door neighbor, state or province, a tax
Yeah.
for a good.
Yeah. And every province you go through, you've got another tax.
Oh, you do? I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, at one point you did. Like I said, they've really done a good job of starting to tear away the red tape there. But yeah, it was ridiculous, and they're only just now starting to make it, feasible. It was for a very long time. It was much cheaper for provinces to trade with the opposing American state than it was to trade with their neighbor.
Which is stupid as hell.
Really stupid.
I'm
Americans
just really
had
happy
this-
that we got rid of the chicken tax. I want my Toyota Land Cruiser 70.
Yeah, what is this chicken tax that you're talking about?
Take ours.
Yeah,
what?
so there was basically a tax that came around in the 1960s that basically has been existing all this time, which is basically a light import or light truck import ban.
Mhm.
It was an extra tax that made it almost impossible to import like light trucks, utility vehicles, stuff like that from foreign
Okay.
automakers, particularly like, Toyota, Honda, etc. And then they tried to start bringing in K trucks. Well, some people wanted to actually start putting the kibosh on that, even though, look, they're not going to win any beauty contests. They're not very powerful. They're kind of a niche product, but holy shit, I fucking want one. It just looks fun as shit. And then, also the fact is that we've had this, this ban essentially, which the problem has kind of existed in the fact that now the U.S. auto industry has not been able to actually produce because of EPA regulations and how they keep changing things and jacking shit up, that trucks keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more expensive, and they keep adding more and more shit to them.
Mhm.
Well, now a truck is basically a fucking luxury car that costs like a base model is like 50 grand for
Yeah.
like a smaller truck. If you're getting like a bigger, like more specialized truck, you're almost in like, supercar territory of like $100,000.
Yeah, the
Well,
average price for a new vehicle in the U.S. is $50,000 now.
It's
I was really surprised. You know what it is
ridiculous.
in Japan?
Well, yeah,
Five-
here-
2.3 million yen, which is $16,500.
yeah, and
I
here's
mean,
the fun part.
yeah.
Here's the thing that I love, because they want to now with that the Trump administration has actually struck down these regulations.
Mhm.
That has basically opened up the floodgates so that we can get like the Hilux, the Champ, we can get the Land Cruiser potentially, because
Okay.
fuck the EPA and all that, and we can actually start getting these cars into the States now that cost
tax.
like
Biden's put in-
$15,000, and on top of that, they're modular, they're cheap, they're easy to maintain, and they're actually made to be user serviceable. And again, they're made for utilitarian purposes. I'm like, do you have any fucking idea how much I would kill to have a Toyota Hilux? I know that's not the sexy thing, but here in the States, I want a basic bitch truck that can haul some shit. It doesn't have to have all the bells and whistles. It doesn't have to have all the fancy shit. I just want 4 wheels and a fucking gas tank with a bed in the back.
Yeah.
That's all
An
I
engine
want.
I could work on.
Now over in Lansing, Michigan, there's a startup I'm not a fan of electric vehicles, but
Oh,
there's
God,
a
fuck
there's a
electricity.
startup called Slate, SLATE.
Yeah.
And they're trying to. They think they're coming out with a EV truck. I don't want EV, but it's nevertheless it's an EV truck that they're saying will come out at 20,000, which is, you know, if you're
Relatively
That's
cheap.
affordable. Yeah.
But I
You
don't
know
want EV. Yeah.
It only
I don't
gets
want an EV
200
either.
miles to a charge.
Mm.
Yeah, I will take a gasoline powered vehicle until the day I fucking die. I mean, I'm not even joking whenever I say that whenever my wife and I have talked about it, I've said, you know, I would much rather, instead of buying a brand new car
Okay.
or a used car, I would much rather go out on like fucking Facebook Marketplace, buy some like rusted ass piece of shit, you
Yep.
know, like Chevy from like the 1980s, the old square body, fix that fucker up, actually put a brand new fucking LS in it and actually do it, you know, do it properly. So that way, just keep the damn thing running.
Yeah.
And it makes it a hell of a lot easier. I mean, you don't need all of this bells and whistles bullshit. A simple carbureted engine will suffice just fine. You don't need all the fancy fuel injection. You don't need all the fancy.
Well, you don't want it when
CD
you're working
players.
in a like a
I just
workforce.
want 4 wheels and a gas tank, because some of us actually like enjoy the journey and not just need to have like constant entertainment blasted in my fucking
Yes.
face all the
Yes.
time. Look, if I want to listen to an audiobook on a road trip, I'll pop a headphone in and I'll be fine. Or I've got my like the bone conducting headphones also too, now that I can have my ears open so I can hear stuff, and I can also like listen to something if I would need to. But I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to just drive and listen to the road noise and just kind of let my mind wander.
Yeah.
That's sometimes where I come up with some of my best stuff, which, you know, hey, by the way, I'm writing another book. So there it is. Bring it back around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm down, guys.
I'm
Almost
going off
50,000
camera, but I'm
words.
still here. I just want to do a dab, so I'm here, but I'm not. But I'm
Almost
here.
50,000 words into my 3rd book, and it's only been 7 days since I started.
I can be cool too. Boom.
I got it.
Oh no.
There
Yeah,
we
that's
go.
I just
About
turned off
that.
my camera because I'm lazy and I don't feel like turning my stuff on, and I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Once you come in the house, you can't come out. Uh-huh.
The that company you mentioned, Max,
Mm-hmm.
they've contacted my company I work for to help with
Right.
rapid prototyping. And their first thing they said is, you know, the battery, we're trying to get the batteries that go like 400 miles on a charge.
Mhm.
The problem is you put that size of a battery, now you're looking at an 8,000, 9,000 pound truck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
Good luck
It's a
hauling
brick
with
with
that
wheels.
much truck.
Right.
Did you see the new thing that Tesla tried to do with their cyber shit?
No.
They pitted it against a F-350 with the 7.3, and the F-350 with the 7.3 pull it apart.
Oh.
So
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I don't care if it looks goofy, it looks dumb, and it's probably kind of more of a gimmick than anything. I still fucking want one.
a Cybertruck?
I think they just look. I grew up as a kid like loving like the original Back to the Future and like the DeLorean, with
Like the
the
super
stainless
the,
steel look. You know,
yeah,
and
the
you
80s
know,
version of what it's gonna look like in the
Yeah.
future. Yeah.
yeah, I love that.
Oh,
I'm
that's-
fine with it. Look, I'm not saying that it's great. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's kind of just a vibe. I'd be okay with it. Now, I mean, if I was gonna say like if I was gonna pick an car that I would love to own right now, you know, pricing and everything was no option, and I could get it absolutely brand fucking new. Oh my God, yes, 1985 Nissan 300ZX, because oh my God, the interior.
No, it's a
of
Datsun
that car,
240, dude.
that car is such
Oh.
the interior of that car is such a vibe. It is so 80s. It is not even funny. I
It
don't
is.
care if it's a shit car, gets shit mileage, or doesn't go very fast at all. I want it for the vibe.
The 240, the Datsun 240Z was beautiful car. It had
I
that
don't know, you're
vibe. It
both
drove
wrong.
like lovely.
All of you are so wrong. No, you need the 2005 Lotus Elise in the orange, specifically. the
Ooh, yeah.
The
Look,
what?
I'm just talking about some
Gross.
fun
Don't agree with the
cars.
color,
I'm not
but-
necessarily saying like I have to have this because I mean, if I'm talking about like absolute drop dead dream car, I could only own one car the rest of my fucking life. Okay, it's gonna be a 1971 Plymouth GTX Roadrunner with the 440 and 6-pack and the Coyote Duster. I'm just saying.
1969 or 1961 Ford Galaxy.
Oh, well, look at you
Super
talking about
Cruiser.
the Ford Galaxy again.
Dude, I love my Ford Galaxy, especially when
I'm
it's
a
got the
Mopar
fins
man.
that killed people. I love
Mo
that thing.
power, baby.
Dude, I have owned like 3 or 4 Chevy Cavaliers, and I got to say, just as a
So you have
just
bad
as a-
taste. What's your point?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
but as a booter around, it was a good reliable automobile. It really was. It was easy to fix when it broke down. It didn't break down very often. It was relatively cheap on gas and stuff, and it always got me where I needed to go. Always.
My cousin Teddy was
Got a great
reliable, but
motor.
he was retarded.
Why does Mr. Q keep asking me if I went to FurCon?
I don't know. Did you go to FurCon?
That
No,
hair.
not that I know of.
Oh, okay. So no. you didn't
So
go
what's
to
the rug
FurCon.
burn from?
FunCon. I can't read.
Oh, that's from
With your
never
face
mind.
down,
Don't
ass
worry
up,
about that.
or
don't worry about where the rug burn's from. My knees are not chafed.
The knees are fine.
Oh,
I
the
swear.
Pontiac Fiero, the Flame Arrow, as my dad used to call them.
Oh, dude.
Again,
The
look,
Fiero is the greatest
such a-
like kit car ever.
I
it's
had
such
a
dumb thing, but I would totally have one just for the vibe. Again,
Dude, the Fiero was a
I like
the
fun.
Fiero was sexy. It's a mid-engine car, but Pontiac had no business
Right?
making a
Pontiac.
mid-engine car. So the thing fucking does not handle like it should. And then on top of that, like I said, it's the greatest kit car. You can rip those things up and turn them into anything.
It
Uh-huh.
barely drives, but damn.
Oh, dude, no, it
Fun
drives.
to drive.
It drives very
My friend,
nicely. You get a handle on it. It just
back in 2008. My friend got one of the new Nissan the GTRs, the Transformer type car, and I got to drive it. It was pretty good. It was like it was faster than at the time. It was faster than the Porsche Turbo or even the Ferrari
Yeah.
F430.
still is.
My
Double
brother
clutch
had
was
one.
really incredible. And we took
Alright.
it out to this Toyota road, private road up a mountain, and we borrowed a Maserati, and it was crazy. Just on a weekday, so there's no weekend drivers and everything. I don't know if they still have that private toll road. So we just the guy who owned the Nissan, we paired it with an automotive writer who could borrow cars. That was fun. And I also did back then it was a Mitsubishi, the Evo 10, and we raced it against the Subaru, the
WRX.
ST9. That was good. It was weird because he borrowed both of the cars from the manufacturers, and he was a British automotive writer, Peter Nunn. So he said, "Hey Max, so you can drive." You know, it was stick shift. It wasn't, but I could, of
You know, the
course,
Lord's
drive stick shift.
transmission.
But until I went to England, I'd never driven stick shift with my opposite hand. You know, it's on the opposite side. I only learned to drive, you know, growing up in the States.
Yeah.
And so I
Left-hand
went,
drive.
yeah, and I realized if I hadn't had the UK experience, I would have looked like a freaking idiot. I would have just stalled the car.
Oh yeah, that's why I
Starting
want
on
one of. I mean, I want one of those Land Cruiser 70s that they've got out now, and I'm like, I know they only come in a 5-speed manual and they're only right-hand drive, but I would learn just so I could have that car.
You can
That's a generational car. You buy it
It's not
once,
that
and just keep
hard.
the fucking thing running.
you figure it out. It was the first time I used stick on the opposite side. I rented a car at Heathrow Airport outside of London. And I didn't know this at the time, but unless you request an automatic transmission, they're going to give you a manual. So they gave me a Nissan, and in the beginning, it was just like I was stalling and everything. But after a week, I was fine, and
Yeah.
so
You get used to
Yeah.
it.
Stick
Yeah.
shift, I mean, is one of those things. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn how to drive it, you can pick it up again pretty quick, and you never really
Yeah, but
forget
you
it.
try using
I
your other
prefer
hand.
a manual transmission. I
It
love.
not only feels
I
like
never
somebody
learned.
else. It's not exciting.
I grew up like the first couple cars that I owned were all 5-speed manuals, and I loved it so much. It's so funny because I catch myself even in my freaking Toyota sedan right now. Like I'll
Mhm.
sit there and like I still like just spontaneously will catch myself. My left foot is twitching, and my right hand is going down to like the shifter
Yeah.
knob, even though it's an automatic transmission. And I was like, oh,
In your
I
mouth
just
is
don't
going
move it. But it's like I have that
vroom.
tactile feel of like I'm gonna shift gears. And I
Yeah.
haven't driven a manual in over a decade. It just gets in your blood.
Yeah. I miss every manual I have.
Ugh. I had a 2001 Chevy Tracker, and I know it said Chevy, but I mean, technically, like you open up the hood, everything was Suzuki branded inside. The fact of the matter is, was it the greatest car ever? No. Was it fun? Hell to the yes. That car was fun. I enjoyed it. I call it my poor man's Jeep. And yeah, it had the short 2-door, the rag top, the removable, all that was. And it even had a lift on. It wasn't a big lift, but it had a lift with some bigger tires. I put some all-terrain TAs on that thing, and it had a push bar in the front. Again, it was more of just a fun car. You did not want to take that thing on the highway, even in 5th gear, maxed out. I mean, I was maybe getting 65 miles an hour, and even then, it felt like I was re-entering Earth's atmosphere. But if you didn't have to hurry to get anywhere, it was a fucking fun car, and you could drop that thing in 4-wheel low, and oh my god, that some bitch would climb anything.
Put this baby in the 4-wheel drive. Let's go. Yeehaw.
And it's it only had a 4-cylinder, 2-liter engine, tiny little thing, but by God, that son of a bitch would climb.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have to have cars that are super fast or super luxurious or this or have the it factor. I just like cars that are fun.
Yeah. Cars that go. I took my Cavaliers off-roading on the regular. Like not really crazy, let's go, speeding and stuff. But yeah, I could take my Cavaliers quite a distance before I had to stop. I usually could go wherever the trucks and Jeeps could get to. I could get with my Cavalier. It's I like those cars.
I just want to make one quick note there. I do see that Matthew Quall said something about driving an 18-speed tranny. Look, I don't tell you what you do in the bedroom, but you have good fun. You just have fun, buddy.
So she was 18 and you were 10?
Hearing some of his stories, that does not surprise me in the slightest.
Look, you want to drive a tranny, and that's fine by you. I mean, you do you. I'm not going to judge, but I mean, not my thing. But
oh no,
I'm not going to judge, but I'm also not going to be involved.
I learned how to drive a stick. Sorry. I was going to say, I bought my RX-8 and I learned how to drive it on the way home.
Yep.
So,
Just like riding a bike. You see one on the side of the road, you take it.
Pretty much, yeah. Miss that car every day. Got rid of that for might start a family, but never doing that shit again. I'll get rid of the woman before I get rid of my car.
Based. What?
You shouldn't have to get rid of anything to keep a person in your life. Jeez Louise, you boys.
Amen to that.
Oh.
You're right. I'm not going to get rid of the 6 hookers in my closet. Let's go.
Okay. Not quite what I meant, but okay.
Ryan, have you been reading my book again?
I have. Sorry.
By the way, if you need more chapters, let me know. I got a standing order with Digger that she's reading it too.
Yeah.
After finals week, I'm working on it. I am actively. I got my 1 final grade back so far, and it's not what I wanted. But you know what? It's still a B.
I was gonna say, a B is pretty awesome. I know you're trying to get
70 is a C, but
I know you're trying to get your what is it, summa cum laude or something?
Sigma cum loudly.
Okay, sigma cum laude. Sorry.
Yep.
Yes, I know.
All the coming.
This is the
All the
only
coming.
B I'm allowed to
Yes.
have. As long as I can keep it up, I am Gucci.
Giggity.
Okay, good.
Need some Viagra. Cialis.
You know what? Adderall might be better, but
Yeah. What we're trying to do
Sorry
is
about-
study and not anatomy.
I mean, you chase yourself around, play hard to get, you might stay awake. So
Sorry, now I'm imagining Brian up on Adderall with a few blue chew under his belt, trying to study with a raging heart on. Just can't keep on track of anything.
why are you thinking of me like that?
Because you're the one studying. You're the student. You're in school.
Oh,
But why
dear
the
boy.
hard on?
Well, because we were talking about. Oh, dude,
you just want to learn. You have a yearning for learning.
you have yeah.
God, this book. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
Oh, tell me more about. I don't
What
even
am
know what
I-
I'm learning right now.
I don't know what I. This is not what
ANOVA
I.
tables. Tell me more about the ANOVA table.
I did not sign up for this.
Yeah.
Where's my agent?
Oh, tell me
Conversation
more.
took a turn for the weird.
Oh, it had to, because Digger started it.
Oh, I know
Look,
it's
with
all
this
my
crew,
fault.
at some point, it's going in a weird
go
direction.
weird.
I mean,
Yes.
hell, we started this whole show off talking about my book. I mean, and that's kind of in a weird direction of Hallmark
That's where we
movies,
started.
shifters, and harems. I mean, just saying.
I'm surprised that Johnny hasn't brought up butt stuff yet.
Why would I
What?
bring up butt stuff?
It's usually you who brings it up.
No, it's usually the people in my audience and my show that bring it up. Butt stuff, they are the top. Well, the story. Look, the story thing was simply I discovered that they conducted literally like scientific experiments to prove that breathing through your anus was not only possible but plausible. And I just
That is
Speaking
a
of
really
banging,
bad case of bad
Speaking of
breath.
banging, begging you.
you can only learn
Oh.
that fact like once or twice before you have to tell other people.
But what?
But
What
breathing.
stuff?
Oh, okay. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's scientifically,
Yeah,
it's
no,
been
no, I'm
scientifically
good, yeah.
proven that you can breathe through your butt.
It's basically
done it.
a
Yeah.
oxygen enriched gel enema.
No thanks. I'll just die.
It's like it's like boofing this gel, like how you would boof alcohol. Same idea.
Like
So is it like the Abyss when they make what's his
Yeah,
face
LCL.
Virgil breathe
Yep.
fluorocarbon oxygenated water or whatever?
Yep. Only in
LCL,
this
yeah.
version, as opposed to putting a mask on his face with the liquid, they just shove a hose up his ass.
Yeah. Oh.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, you can't
Well-
breathe liquid no
Oh.
matter how much fluorocarbon you put in it, but
That's what happened. I missed it. There was this weekend. There was this in Tokyo. There was an exhibition of
What's
prison goods, goods made by prisoners in Japanese prisons, and they were they make all sorts of things like
Pardon me.
furniture and shoes and everything
Oh,
else.
okay. And
But-
like jibs and stuff.
but
What
I
is
was-
this one?
I was
No
going
one
to
thanks.
I was going to ask I was going to post on Twitter. I was going to ask the guy who's posting it, do they have glass rods? And they would have probably, you know what, they still do in some prisons. They did this before World War II. Ostensibly to find foreign
Oh,
objects in your
God.
prison
Please.
pussy, they would insert a glass rod up your butt. And they
Oh,
They
Oh.
still do that for processing, maybe in some jails, but I think they still do it for all prisons. That
It's just for
when you're-
torture.
You're being onboarded, they will upboard a glass
Yeah,
rod up your
upboard.
ass.
Wow.
So I
Is it
thought
at least
maybe they make
clear
those
so they
too,
can
and they
see
sell
into
them.
it?
Can you imagine an official glass rod?
Wow.
That would that would go
Be like
straight
this
onto my
high?
wall.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's a non-porous surface, so sanitation's fine, but I still don't want to be, guy number, God knows what on that list. I don't want to be a number on that list at all.
yeah.
Oh, prison wallet. Yeah, I said prison
Yeah.
pussy. I don't know why.
And no one wants a glass pair of English in their ass.
I don't want anything in my ass, but in particular, let's not put anything glass up there. I know it's a bunch
Mine's
of
exit only.
yeah.
I
For
look
you,
at
it's a
my
little
old-
more.
I look at my old emails for glass rod. Let me look here.
Speak for yourself, sailor.
I have 69 emails that talk about glass
Giggity.
rod.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
You know, anytime someone got arrested, then we would just comment, "Oh, glass rod, glass rod."
Oh my goodness. Hello, my boo. Oh, is it your turn to get up?
Yeah, no thanks. I don't. Well, I'm never gonna go to prison anyways. But
Oh,
No,
so
I know.
this is what somebody wrote to me
Hey,
back.
Dom.
They said, "Hey Max, most are clear glass and look like stirrer rods, but some have a little quote head on them, a bulb tip. The bad ones are twisted and look like churros. Ribbed and twisted collects shit specimens on the shaft." More information than I wanted. Yeah.
so in Japan, they stick a duck's corrugated dick up somebody's ass, just glass.
A glass rod. Yeah, this was even before World War II. But
That
during
is-
World War II, they would process Allied prisoners that way too. And
Okay.
I don't think they used a separate rod or cleaned it. So
Oh, I'm sure they
Yeah.
didn't.
because they always maintained it's a reason to find foreign objects up your rectum, but I think it was to demean them psychologically. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Damn, you killed him.
So
I
how
mean,
long was
yeah.
this rod? Was it about in the terms of inches, maybe 6, 7?
Ah,
Probably about a foot.
I'm gonna jump off a building if I hear those numbers again.
Are you,
Oh,
can
I
you
got
jump?
Yeah, I
Oh.
can jump.
What? Jesus, Dick.
Maybe once, but
Go off.
Oh, look at you
You'll do it.
bragging. I can get both
You
my
got
feet
Johnny.
up
I only
the
got to technically
same
do it once
time.
anyway.
Does falling count as jumping? Like if I like technically like get my feet off the ground before I go down?
No, it's falling with style.
Shit.
Basically,
You could
flying.
crawl off the ledge.
Well, thanks for your belief.
There
I
you go.
appreciate that.
Oh, you're
no,
welcome.
actually, if I fall, I'm not crawling anywhere. I just stay in place.
And pray that everything's where it should be.
I fell twice last week, and the second time it was like 5 a.m. My brother
Oh
had
my
just
God.
left, so I sent him a text. I was like, "Hey, can you come pick me up off the ground?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." I fell right next to the door, and my walker where I used was in the way, but I kicked something with my left foot, so I spasmed and
Mhm.
fell over. And then I was like, "Hey, you're gonna have to like push through everything to get me off the ground."
Mhm.
And he just fireman grabbed me and dragged me into the living room and put me on the couch. Yeah, that works.
Close enough.
That works. Hello, Dom, over on Rumble for a buck. So if you turn your head back over your shoulder and wink at them, who is psychologically attacked and controlled? I have no idea what you're talking about, but thank you for the buck.
So when
Good
they
to
stick
see ya.
the rod in the prison wallet, and the guy that's
Oh,
getting
I
stuck
see.
in,
Yeah, while
Yeah.
they're sticking the glass rod. up
I'm
your
sure
butt.
if you say I'm
Gotcha.
almost there, when you look back at him, there'd be something. But
How would you say
Okay.
that in Japanese, Max?
Say what?
I'm almost there.
Most of the Iki soda. I'm gonna come soon. Iki soda. Iki is coming or going, but they say coming. And then and soda is to say it's soon, right? So I'm gonna come soon is
Iki soda.
Mm-hmm.
Iki soda.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian, you watch enough hentai, you ought to know
And
this.
if you
I
watch-
don't.
if you
I
watch
don't really.
Japanese anime porn, the guy will say, "Oh, iku iku, I'm coming," you know. but that's but iku in Japanese is going actually. So semen is white, urine is yellow. You need to hold that sign up because you have to know if you're coming or going. The Japanese language, it's opposite, right?
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, now you know.
Well, those are things
Well,
that I did not
information.
think I was going to learn today, but well, now that's been forced into my brain hole. So
Ha ha, sucks to be you.
can I claim like some kind of assault for that?
I mean, you can.
Dear Lord, please strike me with my memory of all of today.
Get some
The
brain
following has been
bleach.
closed caption for the reality impaired.
Oh, thank you, Dom. If I don't know the discussion topic of my own show, how Canadian of you, you've got to realize I did just do a dab. I've just done 2 dabs in the last 10, 15 minutes now.
And
so
she is
Oh,
the
you're
internet's
buzzing
biggest-
then. Hot
And
I'm a
damn.
little
Fingers.
slow.
Acting like she can actually keep the 5 of us on track with anything.
I'm just
What a
waiting until we start
track.
talking about guns. I know nothing about them, but I want to enjoy the conversation.
Speaking of, no.
Have you seen that new
Won't get a minute
Glock?
lately.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Shit.
Well, I mean, if we want to talk that subject, I just bought a modification for one of mine.
We don't talk about those on the internet because in most places they're illegal.
They're not loud.
I did
yeah.
not
Oh,
go to FurCon. I know you
It's
want
not
to
a
see me there.
Switch. So I bought a new stock for my Scar.
Oh shit! Is this the same one?
I just want to make sure I let Uncle Buck down there know that nothing is off the table there, bud.
Okay, I gotta go. See you guys. Sorry, I gotta.
Yeah,
Later,
have a
man.
great
All right,
one.
Max,
Thank
have a
you.
good night.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a good night.
I'm gonna miss him.
No, I was looking for an ACR stock for my Scar because it's more comfortable, and I was able to find
Ooh.
one, but I have to rebuild it, and I saved myself about $600 by having to rebuild it. So I got to buy a $5 part and some black dye, and
Hell yeah.
I'll have the stock that I should have bought like for 15, 16 years ago.
Just use some
Nice.
black shoe polish. I hear it's actually really safe on the skin.
No,
Are you talking about alcohol-based shoe polish, or are we talking about oil-based?
None of them.
Or...
yeah.
Yeah.
The grease-based ones do the best, but no, you don't want to touch that shit.
Yeah. Squab up saying water guns can be deadly in Canada. No, they cannot. They're
Yes,
not
they can.
allowed.
Yeah, they can.
No, they're-
Wait, water guns aren't allowed. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. Just along with your shovels.
Your country's
No,
cold.
I know. No, you're talking about the lady who sued her neighbor for accidentally shooting her with the water gun when she was playing with her kids next door.
And one.
Yeah, lady got sent to sent to jail for I can't remember how long, but yeah,
If
she
I-
got jail time for playing water guns with her kids in the yard, and water accidentally went over the neighbor's fence and hit the neighbor.
You know, I
And
keep
that's-
wondering
yeah.
if you guys are really a real country or not. Because
Yeah, I struggle with that.
But then everybody gets reminded of war crimes, and nobody wants to find out.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they're trying to push us to that point, because we're just we're polite and we'll take it until we won't, and then fuck you.
Will you just stop the sorry and just fucking go?
So you take it, and eventually you just say Iki soda, and then boom, you riot.
What about
Yeah.
Icky Soda? What now?
I'm coming.
That's not the riot we're looking for, Brian.
I mean,
Sorry,
I'm already
what?
here, really, but I mean,
They're taking away one-shot muskets over 40 caliber in Canada. What the hell are they really? Like, why are they? Why
oh
do they
yeah,
care?
because it's going to be really hard to commit some kind of large scale atrocity when you have to basically, it's like loaded to powder, exact powder charge. You got to ram the bullet down, then you got to actually, put the patching in, put on a primer cap, fire. Then you got to actually go back, redo the whole process again. You
Right.
might, if you're really, really good, you might get 4 shots in a minute, if
Yeah.
that.
Isn't there
And,
more
and
penetration
oh
in that
god,
than a
I mean, we're
slug,
gonna
though?
limit, in caliber size.
Yeah.
What fucking difference does that make, really?
Yeah.
What was
It's,
that, Brian?
it's
Isn't there
silly.
like more penetration in that musket though than a slug?
No.
No.
See, here's the thing though.
Nope.
While a musket ball, and actually there's a good video out there I could link to you about this. The musket ball is typically traveling at a much slower velocity than a modern projectile, but because it has such mass, because typically back then musket balls were anywhere between usually up to like 60, 70 caliber. So it's a big fucking chunk of lead, but it's moving at a
Yeah.
slow velocity. When it hits you, it flattens out because it's a solid lead ball, and it just fucking blows shit off. It doesn't just actually like hit you and go through like a modern bullet does. No, this thing will take a chunk of you and throw it on the floor. Like that's
Huzzah.
why like musket ball wounds, like in this, in the American Revolution,
That's
and
why.
back in the
Soda.
olden days, that kind of stuff. That's why those were so dangerous and deadly, because of that. Like they did some cool ballistic gel testing. I can send you.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
It's basically like getting hit with a hollow point.
Oh, it's in some cases I would say worse.
Yeah.
Also,
Well, he's saying penetration wise, it petals out just like a hollow point. It expends all its energy within 6 inches of hitting its target. So
yeah, the amount of just like energy transfer is in fucking insane.
And then nowadays, when you're talking 12 gauge, it's a 1 ounce slug, and you can get them up to 2 ounces if you want to be really mean.
Right.
But yeah, 1 ounce slug is gonna hit. It's moving at like 1,700 feet per second, which is about 500 feet per second faster than
a musket ball.
a musket.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be like a fucking cannonball, and it's just gonna run right the hell through you.
That's why I laugh at some of the hunting laws where they're like, you can't have a rifle down below this line here in my state, but you can shoot a shotgun slug. And I was like, okay, so the heavier thing travels more distance and causes more damage.
Exactly.
But a rifle round that hits a petal of grass and splits the damn bullet in half is an issue. Got it.
Yeah, I have a 45-70 lever action rifle that I would, I got it, a long time ago because I was like, ooh, big bullet. I just want. And yeah, apparently my state is like, you cannot hunt with a 45-70, which does not have the greatest range, but you can hunt with a rifled shotgun with a markedly bigger projectile at a much higher velocity. And I have one. It's a single shot, rifled barrel shotgun that has a scope on it. And that thing will drill a hole through about anything in one shot. And because typically you're using like Sabo slugs, a lot of the times what I put through mine is, you're talking about like something that's going to actually have a hollow point on it and just bleh, it ain't nothing standing in the fucking way of that.
Well, sorry guys, my food's finally ready on its way, so I'm gonna have to drop out.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
Yeah.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good.
Hopefully I can feel better by next week. So
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, feel better. See you soon.
Yeah.
all right, guys, have a
I
good
did
one.
not give you
Good night.
permission.
Anywho,
Don't they have
Swap
like a
routine.
shotgun shell or whatever that's basically just filled with barbed wire?
no. I mean, you've
don't
got.
know.
I mean, you can now. I mean, there's look.
It's
Shotgun
considered one of those
shells.
less than lethal like home defense rounds, I think.
Those specialty ammunition rounds are such a liability. It's not even funny. I mean,
barbed
I've seen
wire,
everything
though.
from like bolo rounds where they have like two balls that have like a piece of like wire between them. Those never fucking work because the wire snaps instantaneously whenever it goes out the barrel. I mean, you've got, slugs, you've got buckshot, you've got birdshot, you've got all kinds of shit that you can do with these. And I've seen old timers that do some crazy shit. There was actually a couple of YouTube channels I used to watch where they would take like number 4 buckshot and they would actually pour it into a cup and they would put wax into it. And so the wax would actually keep it together in flight. And when it hit a target, it just goes fucking everywhere inside the target.
Oh,
Called a
that's
wax
badass.
slug. Oh, it's absolutely
Wow.
ridiculous. I mean, and they back in Vietnam, they even had flechette rounds, which were basically a shotgun slug full of like tungsten steel darts that just, you fired them and they just went everywhere. Not very accurate, and it turns out that they didn't get a stable flight pattern. They didn't really do much of anything, but at the same time, it found out when that they worked really, really well when you stuffed those into cannon shells and Vietnam, and yeah, pretty much they would use a lot of those in like recoilless rifles and whatnot. So I mean, you're talking about 50,000 fucking nails being shot out of a cannon at cannon velocity. Yeah, let's just say when the
Good
trees
night,
started
Will.
talking, they didn't talk for long.
So what you're
Not to
telling
mention whenever
me?
they got the thing out there, which is they actually called it the thing, and it was basically a tank with 6 recoilless rifles mounted to it. They just basically called it the bazooka tank because that's essentially what it was. And there was really no way to accurately aim these things because they were not very well like sighted. They were not put in like a way that you could really easily like aim these things. So they just attached a fucking 50 caliber tracer rifle that was dialed to the same type of like velocity and distance as the same round that they were shooting. So you would just take your 50 caliber quote spotting rifle unquote and just shoot it in the general direction you wanted that fucking bullet or that fucking cannon to go. And then, when you had it kind of dialed in, then you would unleash holy hell. Let's just say that there was actually a pretty well-known battle at it was during the Tet Offensive where like they literally would pull up this tank and they would shoot the spotting rifle into a building, and they would just literally see everyone in the building just fucking scatter like rats because they knew what was about to happen was that there was about to be like 6 recoilless rifle rounds. Typically, they were using either heat rounds or they were using the flechette rounds, and it was gonna just fuck everything up. They were just like, nope, get out, we're done. Yeah.
Sounds like military grade lawn darts.
I still say probably the best thing that happened in Vietnam was the M40 Duster. Imagine, if you will, a medium-sized tank that was designed for anti-aircraft use, had 2 40-millimeter Bofors cannons on the front, and had one of the early like infrared like night sights on it. Well, guess what? They found out very quickly that they really sucked as anti-aircraft guns, but they were really fucking good at getting rid of let's just say deforesting areas and getting rid of guys in trees. They were really fucking good in that because you'd just be sitting there and then you suddenly flash that infrared spotlight because the infrared you couldn't really see it except inside the tank, but then suddenly they kick on the big old floodlights and suddenly Sam Patty over here is just like, oh shit. And just before he gets fucking deleted and meets his fucking maker at, giant ass 40-millimeter rounds, like 20 a second. It's like, let's just be real. There's no kill quite like overkill. And that's what America specializes in because God bless America.
Right. There you go.
God bless America. We dropped nukes twice.
Not to mention now we've got the fucking knife missile. God,
the
I love
knife
that
missile.
Thing. Oh yeah,
good
you
Lord.
never heard of the knife missile?
No.
I can't remember the exact designation for it, but it's literally a Hellfire missile, but they've removed the explosive on it, and they've actually put like 7 fucking swords that pop out of the damn sides of this thing, and it impacts the target and just slices it to fucking pieces.
Oh wow.
Now the great thing about this is because one of the things that really it does very, very well at is being able to take out a target that is in a heavily populated area without causing collateral damage. There's that fucking ISIS guy, like back in the Obama administration, who we actually found out where he was going to be. He was in an SUV. He was driving down the road. We launched one of these things at him, and we had to know from the spotters on the ground which seat of the car he was in because it was that fucking accurate. We dropped a flying Ginsu on his fucking head and sent him back to meet his fucking maker, and we actually turned the car into 7 fucking pieces without a single bit of collateral damage. This guy was traveling down a busy city street.
Wait,
yeah, we took
this
him
was
out
during the
like,
Obama administration.
man. Yeah.
And so you're also telling me that when we took out Abdulrahman al-Awlaki and killed a whole bunch of civilians inside of a cafe in like where the fuck was that? Like Liberia?
Yeah, that was I think technically before the knife missile was actually developed, and that was actually in response to that incident. They were like, yeah, let's just take a missile, take the bomb out of it or the explosive out of it, and let's just like fill it full of swords and like tell it to go kill a fucker.
And then that's the one we can throw into a civilian cafe.
Yeah. So there's different kinds of Hellfire, of missiles.
Oh yeah.
That are that have
the Hellfire missile is such a versatile platform because you can do all kinds of crazy shit to it, and you can put different like warheads in it. You can put different guidance systems in it. You can do all kinds of things, and it's actually one of the most cost-effective missiles in the entire like U.S. military. It only costs like $200,000 per shot, which sounds like a lot, but
in the scheme of things,
in the grand scheme of things, that's fucking cheap. I mean, the only way it gets cheaper is with the Hydra rockets, and well, we just developed the Toyota Truck of Doom that actually just is a kit that you can mount in the back of a Toyota Hilux that turns it into a guided missile platform.
Right. And now it's being used by everyone.
Well, we kind of
specifically the Middle East.
We kind of hold on to that one because it's kind of hard to get your hands on Hydra rockets unless you got a supplier, aka America. So,
aka Vanguard.
You guys, we're 2 hours in, so I'm gonna call it. The girls are walking back and forth in front of me, telling me that it is time. So, or they were. Yes. Everyone have a great night. I will be back on stream with Johnny Wednesday morning for me, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and hopefully by that time, Brian and I will have gotten together and put that thing into the PC, and then it'll work well and I can stream on Thursday. So cross fingers, pray, whatever it is that you do. Hopefully we'll have it fixed finally. So yay, everyone have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, where's the button? There's the button. Jeez, push the button, money.
Change from day to day. Science, art, or history's play. No path too twisted, no trail too thin. She dives right in where to begin. After anything, nothing's too obscure. She'll dig a spirit so pure. From ancient lore to future dreams, every question finds its gleam.